want to focus upon what products should be the target of our campaign, and how do we monitor if the campaign is successful or not, or does it require any kind of changes. Let's look at it step by step. Number one, now that we've decided to send email campaigns to our online and female buyers, the marketing team wants to know, out of the top 3 selling products, which of the ones should be focused upon for this particular campaign. We'll see how we can solve this problem using probability. So first of all, what are the types of buyers that we're focusing upon? Online buyers and female buyers. So online buyers form our event 1, female buyers form our event 2. What are the products that the marketing team has suggested to start with? So we have the top 3 selling products that have been identified based on the data are: product 1 is Mountain 100 Silver, product 2 is Road 150 Red, and product 3 is Touring 3000 Blue. These are the 3 products out of which we want to decide which of the one would be most favorable for this campaign. Now, if we look at the various outcomes that we are getting out of these multiple events, number 1 outcome is online buyers purchasing the product 1. Number 2 is online buyers purchasing the product 2. Number 3 is online buyers purchasing the product 3. Similarly, for female buyers, they can be purchasing product 1, 2 and 3. All these form are different outcomes. Outcome 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. Let's look at the data that we have. So in this table, I've gathered together the data for the 838 buyers that we were looking at. Out of the 838 buyers, overall 241 buyers purchased the product 1, 358 buyers purchased the product 2, and 239 buyers purchased the product 3. We also have the distribution for the event 1, which is online, event 2, which is female buyers, and a combination of the events, that is online buyers who were females who have purchased product 1 were 54, online buyers who were females who purchased the product 2 were 179, and there were 51 female online buyers who purchased the product 3. Using all this data, we can calculate the probabilities of the various outcomes that we designed in the table 1 at the top. Let us look at these probabilities. So probability of outcome 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and at the same time we'll also calculate the joint probability, which is nothing but both the events occurring simultaneously. Online buyers who were female purchasing either product 1, 2 or 3 respectively. Let's plug in the numbers from the previous table and see what our probabilities are. So for the product 1, which was Mountain 100 Silver bike, online buyers, there were 58 online buyers divided by the total number of buyers, which is 838, will get the probability for this particular outcome, which is outcome 1. Similarly, if we replace all the numbers, we'll be able to get the probability for outcome 2, 3, 4 and 5. For the joint probability, we are looking at the joint or the intersection set of online female buyers purchasing product 1, which is 54 divided by 838. And similarly, we can calculate the probability for product 2 and product 3. Let's look at the calculations. So the probability for event 1 comes, outcome 1 comes out to be 0.07. For outcome 2, which is P2, even comes out to be 0.34, and so on and so forth. Now, if we focus upon just the online event and compare the probabilities of product 1, 2 and 3, we see relatively between the 3 products, the probability for product 2 is the highest. Similarly, even for the second event, which is the female buyers, the probability of product 2 is highest. So we are getting closer to the answer of our question, that what is the product that we should focus upon. At least based on these 2 probabilities, it seems like between the 3 products, compared to between the 3 products, probability of product 2 is higher, and that should be a target product. Let's see further ahead what other probabilities say. We can also calculate the marginal probability, which is nothing but the probability of product 1, 2 and 3 independently, which is probability of outcome 1 plus outcome 2 minus the intersection. Since these are not mutually exhaustive, there is an overlap, we subtract that intersection. Similarly, we do that for product 2 and product 3. Replacing the numbers, we get the probabilities for the product as 0.29, 0.43 and 0.29 respectively. Obviously, the overall probability will sum up to 1. Here as well, we see that the probability of product 2 is higher as compared to probability of product 1 and probability of product 3. Next up, let's do our final calculation, which is a conditional probability. What is the conditional probability that we can calculate here? Probability of outcome 1, which is product 1 being purchased by the online buyers, given that the buyer is a female. Probability of outcome 1 given outcome 4, and similarly we do that for outcome 2 and 3. What is the formula for conditional probability? Conditional probability is nothing but the intersection of probability of the intersection divided by the probability of the main event. So in this case, probability of E1 intersection E2 for product 1 divided by the probability of product 1, outcome 1. And finally, plugging in the calculations, the conditional probability comes out to be 0.23 for product 1, 0.70 for product 2, and 0.22 for product 3. Here as well, we look at the numbers, probability for product 2 is highest. So overall, looking at all these numbers, we can clearly make a conclusion that product 2, which is Road 150 Red, could be our primary focus product to start our campaigns. Although in some cases the probability is not significantly high, it is at least higher than the other products in the other products that we have started with. So the top 3 selling products, if we compare the probabilities, it is relatively high. That is why our recommendation is that Road 150 Red should be the target product of our choice. For online female and online female buyers, this is very important information that we are not recommending product 2 always. It is for the case under consideration, that is the events that we have discussed upon: online buyers, female buyers, and online and female buyers.